the first thing Anne must be down out there. Then Annie beside the door was a button with a word to open it. Annie reached for the button. Wait, Jack grabbed her hand. There's nowhere in the moon room. We're all right. Well, we have to go to find out the MC. Maybe let's see what the book says, said Jack. He pulled the book out of his pack. He tipped through it until he found a page that showed the silver face on the moon. He read aloud. It takes 14 days to go one day at the moon. The narrow breath checks the moon from the sun's rays of daytime and reaches 260 degrees. Check the look at Annie. I told you how your book would blow if we went out there. He said, "Yeah," she said. Jack read from the book again. Most sciences were spacesuits which had controls to keep them from getting too hot or too cold. They have tanks which provide air for 2 hours. Where do we get their spacesuits? Asked Annie. She looked around and trotted back down the hall. Maybe there. Jack was studying his map. Let's try the spacesuit store room. Don't look at the map, said Annie. Look at the real room. Jack glanced up. Annie was peering out of the doorway of the hall. There was a ton of space stuff in here, he said. Jack went to look, looking pieces from hangers, air tanks, helmets, gloves, and boots that in neat round on shoes. Wow, this is like an armor room in a castle, said Jack. Yeah, with the huge armor, said Annie. Let's pick out the smallest stuff, said Jack. The suits can go. Our clothes. Annie found the smallest white suit, and Jack found it to the next smallest. They stepped into them. Then Annie locked Jack's air tank into his place. Thanks, he said, and he did the same for her. Thanks, he said. Gloves, said Jack. He and Annie put on white gloves. Boots, said Annie. They each put on a pair of the huge white boots. Helmets, said Jack. He reached for a helmet. Oh, they're pretty bright, he said. I thought they'd be like nice helmets. Jack and Annie put their helmets on. They look each other into place. I can move my head right or left, he said. Annie. Me neither, said Jack. Let's try walking. Jack and Annie looked slowly around the room. Jack felt like a wet snowman. "Cozy your bitter," said Annie. They both close to the freezer. Cool air filled Jack's helmet. "I can't breathe," Annie yelled. Her voice boomed in Jack's ears. "Oh, talk quietly," said Jack. "We have to wait for radios inside our helmets." "Sorry," whispered Annie. Jack put the moon back in his bag. Then he slung the pack over his shoulder. "Okay," he said. "Remember, we only have 2 hours of air in our tanks, so we need to fly the first thing really fast. I hope we can find it," said Annie. "Me too," said Jack. They too knew they could not go home until they did. "Let's go," said Annie. He gave Jack a little push. "Watch it, don't go me out," he said. "We don't want to fall over in these suits." "Just go," said Annie. He pushed himself out of the room. They walked back to the airlock. "Ready?" said Annie. "Open sesame." He pressed the open button. The door slowly slid closed behind them. A door opened in front of them. Then Jack and Annie stepped out onto the moon. "Oh, wow," said Annie. He took a slow step forward, but Jack stood frozen. He wanted to get a good look at everything first. He stared at the ground. He was standing in a layer of gray dust as powder. Footprints were everywhere. He wondered who made them. He reached into his pack for the moon book. To his surprise, it was as light as a feather. He found a picture of footprints onto the moon. He read. The book has no rain or wind to blow the dust around, so footprints will never wear away naturally, not even a billion years. "Oh man," Jack said. The moon was the stillest place he had ever been. It was as still as a picture, and his silence would never ever end. Jack stared at the inky black sky. A lovely blue and white glow far away. Earth. For the first time, he really hit Jack. They were out there in outer space. "Look," said Annie, cried Annie, laughing. He pointed past Jack on mountain flying through the air. He handed over a beat. Then he jumped again. "I'm a moon rabbit," he called. Jack laughed. "How does he do that?" he wondered. He turned a page and read. The person waits away on the moon because of the moon's low gravity and lack of air. If you weighed 60 pounds on the earth, you would only weigh 10 pounds on the moon. Just stand there, don't stand there reading, said Nanny, grabbing the book from Jack's glove hand. He tossed it into space. It looked far away. Jack started after him. He bounced up and down, boing, boing, boing. Now he built as light as a feather. Look, he called to Nanny, I'm a moon rabbit too. When Jack's boots hit the ground, the moon just gracefully spread into space. The moon volcanic landed at the edge of the shallow crater. When Jack reached it, he tried to stop, but his feet slipped. He fell to right over and lay on his side. He tried to stand, but he was off balance. He tried again, but the dust was too deep, and his spacesuit was too clumsy. You okay? Said Annie. I can get up, said Jack. You shouldn't have been goofing off, said Annie wildly. You goof off first, said Jack. Now help me up, please. Jack started, and he started toward him. I don't fall too, warned Jack. I won't. And he moved very slowly. He had floated, had walked. Give your hand, he said. Jack, and he grabbed Jack's hand. He pressed her boot against his and pulled him off. Thanks, he said. No problem, she said. It was easy. You're really light. Thank goodness, said Annie. Said Jack. It's impossible to get up alone. He picked up the moon book. It was covered with dust. He brushed it off. Oh wow, look, said Annie. He stood at the edge of the crater. What is this? Said Jack. A moon buggy, said Annie. The buggy was parked into the crater. It had four huge wheels. Let's go for a ride, said Annie. We can't, said Jack. We just have 2 hours of Earth in our things. Remember, I'll bet we'll find everything faster if we take to the moon buggy. And shot it on it into the crater. But we can drive, said Jack. I bet I can drive this, said Danny. It looks easy. Come on. He jumped into the driver's seat. But you don't have a license, said Jack. Who cares, said Annie. These aren't any roads on the moon or starlights or policeman either. He was right, said Jack. Jack thought, walk close, slow, he said, and he climbed in beside her, and he pushed the button it was on. The moon buggy lurched back toward. Yikes, said Annie. Step on the brake, said Jack. Annie pressed the pedal on the floor. The buggy stopped with a jerk. Phew, she said. He must be in reverse, said Jack. Let me study his body. Before he could study anything, Annie pushed another button. The buggy tilted back. His front wheels started to rise into the air. Let me out of here, said Jack. And he pushed more buttons. The buggy's front wheels landed back on the ground and the buggy leaped toward. So there, said Jack. I can't, said Annie. I don't know how. Annie squared the buggy up the tracks. There were the tracks on the ground. The wide wheels kept it come shrinking into the deep dust. Careful, said Jack. The buggy zoomed out of the crater. Great clouds of dust rose behind him as they took off across the moon.